Russia has put on display Western military hardware that its troops have captured in Ukraine. It includes British Army vehicles as well as tanks from the United States and Germany. Our Russia editor Steve Rosenberg has been to take a look.
Well, I'm in Moscow's Victory Park, a World War II memorial complex. But this has got nothing at all to do with the Second World War and everything to do with Russia's war now in Ukraine. This is Western military hardware that Russia has captured in Ukraine. And today the Russian military is putting its war trophies on display and letting the Russian public in to take a look. So, for example, there is this British Army Husky tactical support vehicle. As you can see, its windscreen has been shot up. And just across the way, there are tanks as well. There's a German tank, a Leopard tank, and an American Abrams. As you can see, the place is absolutely packed, and all of this hardware clearly making an impression on the Russian public.
It's incredible, jaw-dropping. It's amazing to think our guys managed to get these trophies.
So why has all of this been put on display? Well, I think the authorities here have two main aims. The first is to reinforce the Kremlin's narrative that in Ukraine, NATO, and the West in general, is waging a war against Russia, even though in reality it was Russia that launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. But there is also a big element of gloating here. The Russians are increasingly confident about the way the war is going in Ukraine, and their main message is written on a sign over there, and it reads, "Our victory is inevitable." Steve Rosenberg, BBC News, Moscow.
Now, when Russian forces began shelling her village in Ukraine, 98-year-old Lydia Lomikovska was forced to leave her home. She walked 6 miles in her slippers before being found by police and was reunited with her family. She says there's nothing left of her village. She's told our Ukraine correspondent, James Waterhouse, that she has promised her relatives not to walk so far again.
The moment Lydia Lomikovska was picked up after an extraordinary escape. There's nothing left, she tells her much-needed ride. This is what Lydia left behind. The closer Russian forces got, the heavier the artillery fire became. She says this is worse than the Second World War, which she also lived through. The 98-year-old has learnt to trust her instinct. But then, she told us, she became separated from her relatives, so started walking west.
I took a stick and a plank of wood and made my way. My legs were carrying me somehow. I wasn't carrying them.
She ended up at this shelter for a rest, still in the slippers she trekked in. Lydia's granddaughter, Svetlana, is certainly happy to have her back.
I can't believe the idea of walking would come to her mind at her age.
I won't repeat this.
Oh no, don't do that again.
James Waterhouse, BBC News, Kyiv.